Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today I'll be talking about Kevin Feige's plan for the multiverse, Kate Herron not returning for Loki Season 2, and when Hawkeye will release. Now let's get started. In an interview on the D23 Inside Disney podcast, Kevin Feige talked about the multiverse, saying there's interconnectivity there that people have already started to see and suss out. And I had a meeting this morning with the whole broad Marvel Studios team, going through the multiverse and the rules of the multiverse, and exactly how to really deliver on that excitement surrounding the multiverse. Because like with so much else with Marvel, that's a topic that we're unsure of. When we first had Sam Jackson appear in a cameo at the end of Iron Man, I thought it would be a relatively small group of people that were excited by that, and that we'd have to then educate a broader public about what that meant and who Nick Fury was. But almost instantly, if you remember, way back to the summer of 2008, it ignited everyone's imagination. So to break this down, Kevin Feige and everyone at Marvel Studios are working on how to best introduce the multiverse, how to connect whatever other universes they want to bring in and eventually tie into the MCU, whether it be the Raimi and TASM versus like is seemingly happening with Spider-Man No Way Home and Sony's plan to connect their Spider-Man characters to the MCU, or whether it's Deadpool with Fox's X-Men, or possibly even another comic book universe like the main comic timeline Earth 616, which we already saw through Richard E. Grant's Classic Loki, or even the Ultimate Marvel Universe in Earth 1610. Next, it's been confirmed that Loki will get a second season, and according to Deadline, Loki, Sylvie, and He Who Remains as variants will be coming back for Season 2 of Marvel's Loki, and I believe that this means that Kang will appear in Season 2, as He Who Remains was killed by Sylvie, although he did talk about reincarnation, so I'm not sure if we'll see the exact same version again. Anyways, the show's executive producer and director Kate Herron said I'm not returning. I always planned to be just on for this, and to be honest, Season 2 wasn't in the plans. That's something that just came out, and I'm so excited. I'm really happy to watch it as a fan next season, but I just think I'm proud of what we did here and I've given it my all. I'm working on some other stuff that's yet to be announced, and when asked if she would be involved with another Marvel project, she said no. I'm just focused on my own stuff at the moment. I love Marvel and I'd love to work with them again, but my outing with Loki is what I've done with them. However, there are quite a few things here that contradict each other. First, we've known about Loki Season 2 since May of last year, so unless she means she only ever wanted to do one, but Kevin Feige told her the show would have multiple seasons, it doesn't make much sense. Also, she recently stated that she wanted to direct Spider-Man 4, so either she was told no, or it's currently not in the plans. Moving on, Oliver Richters, aka the Dutch Giant, who had a small role in Black Widow, posted this on Instagram, saying after 2 years I can finally tell you who my character in Black Widow is, Ursa Major, a mutant who's part of the Winter Guard, noted for being Russia's answer to the Avengers. His power transforms him into an incredible bear, transcending even the Hulk in size. Ursa appears many times in the comics, fighting Wolverine and the Hulk. When production on set told me who I really was in Black Widow, I shed some tears in my hotel room, because my movie dream became true. I officially became a comic book superhero, and I can only hope that Marvel will bring Ursa back soon in all his glory. Now I haven't talked about this before because I know some of you still haven't watched the movie, but I really didn't like this scene. In the movie, it was meant to show Red Guardian's strength, but they were arm wrestling and Ursa Major said that Red Guardian stories were fake, so Alexei snapped his arm like a toothpick. And seeing that Red Guardian and Ursa Major are part of the same team, the only way this makes sense and is justified is if Mick Hale hasn't become Ursa Major yet and the team hasn't been formed in the MCU. And honestly, this would be pretty interesting because while Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is recruiting members for the Thunderbolts, Alexei can start building the Winter Guard with members like Ursa Major and Crimson Dynamo, who Yelena name dropped in the movie. And Ursa Major is technically the first mutant in the MCU, although it doesn't seem like he has his powers yet. Next, Disney Plus confirmed that Marvel's What If will have weekly episodes, so it'll be the same as any other Marvel show or The Bad Batch, with weekly episodes. And I'm not sure if Kevin Feige was the one that said this, but someone at Marvel Studios said that weekly releases were going to take place from now on. There would be no more shows that got released all at once. Next, Hawkeye actor Fra Fee, who's playing the villain the Clown in the show, and if they're going by the comics, will be how Hawkeye loses his hearing, stated that the show will release in November. And if this is true, it means that Ms. Marvel has been pushed back and will actually release after Hawkeye. Marvel's What If will run from August 11th until October 13th, since remember, it'll have weekly episodes, then assuming that we get a 2 to 3 week long break like we've gotten in between every other show, it'll already be November. And Marvel won't release both shows at the same time, so they'll probably start Ms. Marvel at the end of December and finish in early January. Then She-Hulk can release around February 2022. And lastly, the actress that played Antonia Dreykov and Taskmaster in the MCU, Olga Kurlyenko, stated that she wants to continue to play the character in the MCU, saying unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be returning. It's not up to me. You can ask Marvel that. But if I was, obviously what would be great is to know more about the character, because she was just kind of introduced here. There was no time and no story to develop, and the thing is, there's so much to explore about the character. However, I think that most fans feel the same way. This version of Taskmaster should never return, unless it's her getting killed by the real Taskmaster, Tony Masters. And just so we're clear, I don't have any problem with the actress herself, as she didn't even talk. but this version of the character is unfortunately not who fans want. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Are you glad that Kate Herron won't return for Loki Season 2, or did you like her work? Did you notice that Ursa Major appeared in Black Widow? And would you like to see this version of Taskmaster return, or should they just recast and alter the story? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.